How much did YouTube pay me on my first 6 months of being monetized? Guys, that is the question we are going to be answering today in this video. You all seem to really like the last video where I answer how much YouTube paid me on my first month of being monetized. So if you haven't checked out that video, definitely check it out. Today, we're going to go over 6 months. And obviously, I talk about the first month over on that video and I break it down a little bit more. This is a different time span, first 6 months. So it's definitely going to be a little bit different. So definitely check out that video. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this one, right? 6 months, half a year, being monetized on YouTube. How much did I get paid? You're probably wondering, Miguel, are you crazy? Like, how can you possibly be monetized with 59 subscribers? And that's where I say, fam, give me a second, let me explain. The channel I'm going to be using as a case study for this demo is going to be my main channel, Miguel EDC. That's right. This right here is my second channel, and my main channel is Miguel EDC. It's a channel around the everyday carry community where I talk about knives and flashlights and multi-tools and everyday gear that we use. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely check it out. Shameless plug. But I have been working on that channel for quite a few years now, and I have obviously some data here to share with you guys. We're going to dive into the analytics and break it all down here for you. For context, I started the Miguel EDC channel back on January 12th of 2023. Just to bring you up to speed from last video, my first day monetized on YouTube was 8 months later, right? It took me 8 months to be able to be monetized on YouTube. And the day I got monetized was September 11th. Yes, the iconic September 11th here in the US. That's the day I got monetized, September 11th, 2023. As of today, the channel has 2,121 videos, 21.2 thousand subscribers, and a little bit around 14.3 million views. But without further ado, let me dive in here how much I made on those first 6 months being monetized on the Miguel EDC channel. We're going to look at a period from September 1st, that being the first month I got monetized, all the way to February 29th, 2024. Just for context, guys, during those 6 months, I got a whopping 1,557,535 views. And a lot of those views come from shorts. I'm not gonna lie, shorts are pretty much the fire that can ignite a lot of growth on any YouTube channel these days. I said this on the last video, it's a lot easier to grow on YouTube with shorts than it is with long form. You do want to have a good mixture of the two, and your short form hopefully will lead viewers over to your long form videos. So almost 1.6 million views. That's not bad at all. You can see here the range for views, right? Some days I was getting, 18,000, 10,000, 7,000 views. Some days were in the low 2,000-ish views or so, right? Those were some of the lows. 1,600 views. Some of the highest were this guy right here, 23,630, right? 20,500. 20,054. Right, so there were some highs and lows, and again, that's when you include shorts with long, but definitely a good mixture there. You can see all the numbers on the screen. What's most impressive is during this 6-month period, I did a total of 11.2 thousand watch hours. Now, you only need 4,000 watch hours to qualify for the YouTube Partner Program, and I did 2 times over and then some during those 6 months. So originally it took me 8 months to get monetized, and then over the next 6 months I more than 2.5 times did the qualification, I guess you can say, for becoming monetized. You can see how much credit I'm getting each day, somewhere 64, 37 hours, 52, 40, 42, 60, 23, 74, and you can see it goes up and down, and then you can see a little bit of a trend from this point on forward. There seems to be a little bit of an increase right there. 131 hours or so in one day, a little bit around 152 hours this day right here. And it's very true what they say. Once you get some good videos out there and they start performing with the YouTube algorithm, the algorithm's going to make sure to continue to push them out, keep recommending them to people that have already watched other videos of yours that they also like as well, and just keep the growth going. So that's definitely very interesting to see. The channel also got 3,000 subscribers in that time frame, the 6 months, 3,000 subscribers, which is not bad at all, right? Really appreciative for all the folks that subscribe and check out the content and watch the videos over there. But let's talk money, right? Let's actually talk about AdSense revenue. So starting on September 11th, like we said, 2023, you can see, a daily average in the 20s, in the 10s, some of the highest right here. Look at that, 28, on the 31st of October. We got 48 on December 18th. I think maybe the highest is this one right here, 57 on January 23rd. But definitely not anything crazy, but it does add up over time. People underestimate how much impact, what you do can have over time. As long as you're realistic and don't expect results overnight, you're going to be okay. Over a long period of time, you are going to get those results as long as you put in the work. But here we are, guys. Check this out. On the first few days of September, I'm getting absolutely nothing, right? Look at that, all zeros. I'm still not monetized. And then boom, on September 11th, I make a whopping 18 cents, right? 18 cents is how much I made on my very first day being monetized. But hey, listen, don't be afraid of humble beginnings, because it only clearly gets better from here, right? So then it goes up to $1.00. Some days it's $2.00. And I'm kind of in that up and down right there for the first few months, going back to a few cents, going back to a dollar, $2 and change. Over here, at some point in November, then I'm starting to reach a little bit higher in the $2 range. So right, 2.83, right, getting closer to $3. And it's kind of like, in a way, I kind of see it like the stock market. As long as you're putting in the work and being consistent, a lot of times your new highs, if they go down to new lows, the new lows are new highs compared to the previous lows, if that makes sense. So, we're right here getting closer to, there you go, first $3 day, 373, November 29th, 385 on December 6th, and again, up and down, $4.07 on December 18th. That's pretty cool. Very close on the 27th, 397, 523. That's a new high right there on January 8th. Like to see that. Here's a close one, 417. And then we have 576. This one might be the all-time high during this period, 576. And then, again, it goes down and fluctuates, going back to $2, $3, $4, so on and so forth. 570 is that? Let's see. Yeah, 576 the highest. 570 is the second highest. And then right over here, we had a 523. So you can see we didn't pass the $6 mark, right? It was everything between $1, a few cents, and $5 and change. So what is the total number for this time frame? Are you guys ready? The drum roll, please. $403.56. That is how much I got paid during the first 6 months of being monetized on YouTube. And I know what you're saying, that it's not life-changing money in any way, shape, or form. If you got a good salary, you can make that from a 9-to-5 job in like 3 days. And I get it, right? However, don't be afraid of humble beginnings, right? Exponential growth on YouTube here. It's a real deal. So this is only just getting started the first 6 months. Think about what a change it was compared to the 30 some dollars or 40 some dollars I did on the first month. So that is a huge difference right there. Absolutely a big jump. And you're probably thinking, Miguel, well, you're probably measuring this wrong, because you're looking at November 1st through February 29th, and you didn't really get monetized until September 11th. So a more realistic scenario would be November 11th of 23 to March 11th of 2024. And I'll say, you know what? You're probably right. So let's go ahead and check that out then. So I'll go ahead and tweak it here. And now with this new date range selector, we're able to see about 11 more days into March. So that gives us a little bit more data. If you want to see the 6-month period this way, I wanted to give you both scenarios. So either way, you're getting a very realistic picture of how much you can expect to make on YouTube on your first 6 months. So in this period, I got 1,495,564 views. 11.1 hours of watch time, 2.9K subscribers. So you can see, again, it can go up and down. And, very similar. We looked at all the data as far as all the different days, still having the highest day at 791. There you go. Actually, now that we include this data, look at that. March 1st was now an all-time high. We're talking about almost $8, right? It's a big difference from 18 cents all the way to $7.91. It's a big jump. So that was the new high, March 1st, $7.91. The next few days, back to the dollar, $3, $2, right? Back to $1 and change here. So that is the, again, all-time high, $7.91. And the very, very low was the very first day of being monetized on September 11th, which was 18 cents. And so the new total here for this time range will be a whopping $433.49. That's right, 433 doll hairs and 49 cents, which, like I said earlier, is not life-changing money in any way, shape, or form, but it is a huge growth. It is a huge exponential growth compared to where we started at, right? Definitely a huge amount of growth. You can even see it on the chart right there, how it's actually kind of low right here. There's a turning point from this point forward where it just kind of keeps going up and up and up, hitting all-time highs, new all-time highs, and then going back to new all-time lows, which is definitely the good kind of growth you want to see, a good, healthy kind of growth you want to see, guys. So there you have it, $433.49. I hope this has been inspiring to some of you guys who want to do YouTube or have been considering doing YouTube for a while now. Yours truly has been attempting to do YouTube and doing YouTube since 2010, and I've had different rates of success here with different channels. I kind of talk a little bit about the different channels I've worked on in the past in the first or second video in this channel. And you can learn a little bit more about my backstory over the last few uploads if you want to catch up. I have a playlist in the channel called New to the Channel. Watch these first. So definitely check that one out if you want to get caught up to speed. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Are you trying to get monetized on YouTube? Is that something you are aspiring for? And if you're not, perhaps you're not yet a content creator, is this something that speaks to you? Is this something that inspires you to maybe start a channel today and take that next step and know that someone else is able to do it? Then absolutely, by all means, you can do it too. And I always tell everybody this: if I can do it, I'm just your average person. I got nothing special going on. If I can do it, anybody else can do it. English is not even my first language. So there you go. If this has been valuable, guys, smash that like button. Let me know your takeaways in the comments. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here until the end. Do stay tuned and subscribe for the upcoming videos. We'll talk about how much I made on the first year of being monetized on the next upload. And I'll also be starting a monthly series where I share with you guys how much I make on a monthly basis based on YouTube, AdSense, but also affiliate income, right? So that is what this channel is all about: side hustle, working for yourself, being independent, making as much money as possible. If you like that kind of content, stick around, subscribe. If you made it to the end, you're awesome. I appreciate you. Take care, and I'll see you on the next upload. Peace.